Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so we're diving straight into the harsh reality of today's hyper-competitive product management job market. You've probably seen it, or maybe you've even lived it yourself. Thousands of candidates are just flooding the market every single year, and they're all armed with the exact same theoretical certifications, fighting tooth and nail for the exact same roles. But at the end of the day, who actually gets the job? Well, today we are going to unpack the PM Career Accelerator. It's a methodology specifically designed to bridge that massive gap between just knowing about product management and actually mastering real-world product leadership.
So let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Why do certified product managers fail interviews? The truth is, while thousands of people are out there learning the popular frameworks, they learn Agile, they learn how to write user stories, very, very few actually gain the experience needed to make real product decisions when things get uncertain. And here's the thing, employers aren't hiring you to recite a textbook framework. They're hiring you to navigate ambiguity.
So, over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through a pretty structured roadmap. We'll hit the PM hiring gap, what product judgment actually is, the 5 pillars of PM capability, the sprint decision framework, building your product proof, and finally, capability, evidence, and confidence.
All right, let's start with part 1, the PM hiring gap. This is all about theory versus reality.
There is a really stark contrast between your typical candidate and the ideal candidate. You might actually recognize this incredibly frustrating before state. You've got multiple certifications, right? But your portfolio is weak. You feel kind of unsure about how to transition into a PM role. Your confidence in your actual product decisions is pretty limited, and it's a real struggle to articulate your product thinking in interviews. Basically, you just don't have the practical evidence. Now, contrast that with the after state we see outlined in this program. We're talking about walking into an interview with a really strong career narrative, a mentor-reviewed product-proof portfolio, and totally demonstrated product judgment. It's literally the difference between hoping an employer takes a chance on you and proving you're already perfectly capable of doing the job.
Moving on to part 2. What actually is product judgment? Because this is the true differentiator.
See, most traditional programs out there just teach knowledge. They focus heavily on frameworks, and at the end of the whole thing, they hand you a piece of paper, a certificate. Success is usually just measured by how many videos you watched or modules you clicked through. But the PM Career Accelerator takes a completely different approach. It actually builds capability. It focuses squarely on product judgment. And instead of just handing you a certificate, it produces tangible product proof. It's a massive shift from just consuming content to actually developing a real-world capability.
So what does this actually mean? Well, this breaks down exactly what employers are looking for. Product judgment is basically your ability to navigate ambiguity, make really sound product decisions, balance competing priorities, and effectively communicate trade-offs. It's the core engine of what a product manager actually does every single day on the job. Day in and day out, PMs have to decide which opportunities deserve investment, what needs to be prioritized, and honestly, what shouldn't be built at all. Employers want to see how you make those tough decisions, not just what frameworks you memorized. This brings us to part 3, the 5 pillars of PM capability. This is the PML capability model.
So the PML capability model breaks this whole journey down into 5 super integrated pillars. You weren't just absorbing theory here, you're actively building a practice. It kicks off with pillar 1, career positioning and brand. Because, let's be real, having capability isn't enough if you can't communicate your value to anyone. Then you move right into product judgment development, applying those concepts directly in the sprint decision labs, building out your product proof portfolio, and finally, honing your hiring readiness and interview excellence. It is a highly structured, capability-building journey from start to finish.
Next up, part 4, the Sprint Decision Framework and the Decision Labs. Sprint is this incredibly effective 5-step acronym that simulates real-world product challenges. Step 1 is scenario. You have to truly understand the context and the actual business challenge in front of you. Step 2 is prioritize, where you evaluate your competing alternatives. Step 3 is review, identifying all your assumptions and those sneaky hidden risks. Step 4 is iterate, where you actively improve your recommendations through structured expert feedback. And finally, Step 5, narrate and translate, communicating those decisions clearly back to your stakeholders. This whole process forces you entirely out of those theoretical, perfect world textbook answers and throws you right into the messy reality of actual product leadership.
And you're going to apply the Sprint framework across 8 totally realistic decision labs. You are not just taking multiple choice tests here. You're tackling intense product prioritization. You're navigating the tension of customer versus business trade-offs, and you're diving into some highly relevant modern challenges like AI product scenarios and go-to-market decisions. You literally have to manage stakeholders and make really tough calls under constraints exactly like you would on the real job.
All right, Part 5, Building Your Product Proof. It's time to actually demonstrate that capability.
I absolutely love this quote from the PML faculty philosophy. It sums up everything perfectly. Learn from practitioners, practice with feedback, demonstrate capability. You simply cannot build proof in a vacuum. It doesn't work. You need expert mentorship. You need people who've actually built, launched, and scaled products in real business environments to review your work and tell you exactly where your blind spots are.
To give you an idea, the program's founder and lead mentor, Amit Garg, has personally mentored over 200 aspiring product managers and professionals. And Amit brings over 15 years of hardcore product management experience to the table, alongside 22 years of broader industry experience. His background includes senior leadership roles across AI-enabled transformations, retail, omnichannel commerce, and analytics at organizations like Apollo, Algonomy, and Tally Solutions. So participants are actually learning from a real practitioner who understands exactly what modern product organizations demand from the people they hire.
And the results? Well, they speak for themselves, with a massive 4.9 out of 5 participant rating. Participants aren't just sitting there watching pre-recorded videos. Their artifacts are getting expert review, structured feedback, and actionable improvement recommendations from genuine industry veterans.
And all of that hard work literally translates into getting hired. Throughout the program, you generate over 10 tangible artifacts for your product-proof portfolio. And check this out, they map perfectly to the specific interviews you need to ace. Facing a product strategy interview? Boom, you have a mentor-reviewed product strategy presentation ready to walk them through. Got a product execution interview coming up? You've got a comprehensive product requirements document. An analytical interview? Show off your AI product artifact. Behavioral interview. You just present your product decision memo to show them exactly how you handle stakeholder alignment. This isn't just a resume, guys. It is rock-solid evidence of your competence.
Which leads us to Part 6, Capability, Evidence, and Confidence. The ultimate goal. Capability, evidence, confidence. These are literally the 3 assets that matter most when pursuing a product management career today. They are the exact traits that completely separate the candidates who get the lucrative job offers from the candidates who just get those generic, automated rejection emails. Participants leave this accelerator with a much stronger professional identity, a mentor-reviewed portfolio, and a rock-solid foundation for long-term product leadership.
And the best part is, you never have to guess where you stand, because you receive a 10-dimension product judgment assessment scorecard. This gives you a highly measurable, completely objective view of your readiness across crucial dimensions like product thinking, strategic reasoning, customer understanding, business acumen, AI product thinking, and data-informed decision-making. It's a documented, tangible measure of your demonstrated capability.
Which leaves us with one final, absolutely crucial question for this explainer. We've seen the massive hiring gap between just having theoretical knowledge and actually possessing demonstrated capability. So ask yourself right now, do you have the product proof to back up your knowledge? If a hiring manager asked you to prove your product judgment and decision-making skills today, right in the room, could you hand them the evidence? Think really deeply about that, because in today's fiercely competitive market, that is literally the only question that truly matters.